I was actually a size 0 like Lori was when I was a teenager.
And you were thinner than me. You may have been a double 0.
Maybe. um, I mean, our moms, like Lori talked about, our moms, we have the same mom, our mom. Um, she did used to have to like set buttons over even on size 0s. And she used to complain about trying to buy us clothes for Christmas because she couldn't find a size small enough. So yeah, I was teeny tiny. Um, so I got married. um, everybody gains weight when they get married. Um, it was not a good marriage, which I think also contributed to my gaining weight because, bad marriage, depression, dysfunction, all that stuff. So anyway, I don't really know how much weight I gained during that period, but it was a lot. So I started fasting after Lori started. I think you actually texted me one day and said, do you have any interest at all in fasting? And I said, I've actually been thinking about it. And so I kind of learned from her. And I don't think I started at the same time as you because I'm one of these people who has to research everything before I do it.
Yes, she does.
So I took some time. You told me about the Obesity Code. I got that book. I did a lot of research. Over the years, I tried several diets. I did Dukin with Lori a couple of times, and it works. I was successful at it. We both lost a lot of weight with Dukin. I agree with what Lori said yesterday, though. It's not sustainable. At least it wasn't for me. And I've done Weight Watchers, and I've used the Noom app. I've used the Fitness Pal app to count my calories. I've used Fitbit to count my calories, and I don't stick with anything very long where I have to count stuff.
It turns into a chore.
Huh?
It's a chore at that point.
Yeah. I'll be really good about it for a while, and then I just stop. It sounds like lazy because all you're doing is typing things in your phone, but I just get tired of doing it and don't want to do it anymore. So that's why I went back to fasting. Okay, so I started fasting the first time with you on June 4th of last year. I looked it up, and I was at the same starting weight then as I was this time, which is 209. So June 4th of last year, I was 209. By August, excuse me, I was down to 180. So I lost 30 pounds in like 10 or 11 weeks.
That's awesome.
It really, really worked for me. I stopped because of my acid reflux. And it's an issue a lot of people who fast have. We'll talk about at some point. And so I stopped doing it. And I went back to trying some of these other things, Noom, Weight Watchers. And again, they worked for a while. So about a month ago, I started again on June 7th of this year, and I was 209 again. There's something about me and 209 pounds in June. And the first couple of weeks, though, I just did 13-hour fasts. And that doesn't sound like much, but the reason I did that is because I would eat in bed and I would eat as soon as I got up. So 13 hours meant at least I had to have space between the last time I eat and when I go to bed and when I get up and when I eat the first time. So it started spreading that out. And over those 2 weeks, I also started during the day trying to space my meals out more because I was one of these snacking all day people.
A grazer.
It might have been healthy snacks even. I tried to do that, just like apples or whatever, but I was pretty much munching all day. So I just kind of started to train myself basically to go longer periods between eating. That was the purpose of those 13-hour fasts. So I started doing the 36s again, 36-hour fast about 2 weeks ago. And since then, this morning, Lori, I broke below 200. I'm
Hey,
106.
good
So
job.
that means that in the last month, I've lost 10 pounds. 10 pounds in a month is not bad.
That's not bad. And it seems about average, at least
Yeah.
at the beginning.
Yeah. Well, and when I fasted before, I averaged 2 to 3 pounds a week.
Mm-hmm.
And so 10 pounds in a month, that's about 2 or 3 pounds a week.
Oh, I'm so excited for you. Good job.
So one of the reasons I started fasting again is a problem that Lori and I both have, which is basically chronic pain, which I think in part comes with aging. Lori and I say a lot, aging sucks. So I have just like chronic pain with this shoulder and this side of my neck. My hips were hurting bad. And I noticed that from the time I stopped fasting until about a month ago, it was just getting worse and worse. I get massages, I pop ibuprofen, I pop Tylenol, I do creams, I do yoga, I do everything I can think of, but it would make it better for a little while. But like Lori and I have talked about, it wasn't addressing the issue. It was taking care of the symptoms, but it wasn't taking care of what was causing it. So I decided that I was going to start fasting again because I felt so much better just overall when I was fasting. The pain and I never know really how to describe, like, in your head the difference. It's like I'm more clear. I think more clearly. The brain fog's gone. And ironically, people would think that when you don't eat for so many hours, you're going to be exhausted. It's the opposite. I have more energy. I just feel better in every way when I'm fasting. So that's why I went back to fasting. And I can honestly say that since I started fasting again, all those things are happening again. And the difference, how quickly there was a difference in pain, amazed me both times. It didn't take weeks for it to, change, or months, literally days. I mean, within that first week, it was better. And I'm not talking, one day you go, yeah, it might be a little better today. It was like, wow, my hips don't hurt when I stand up.
Right.
And that alone is motivation to keep doing it, So yeah, yes, weight is part of why I want to fast, but a lot of it is also just general health. And the pain that I do still have, I feel like losing weight will help that go down even more. So I think that's all that I wanted to cover.
All right. Well, we will, we're hoping to post every day, Monday through Friday. Our website it's up and running. There's not a whole lot of content on it, but we are literally working on content every single day. We have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have Instagram, we have Pinterest, although there's nothing on there yet.
And they can find links to all those social accounts on our channel page.
Down below. Old, Fat, and Fasting. I think that's it for the day, folks. We will see you again in the morning. Please bear with us as we are learning to record ourselves, be comfortable, uncomfortable with the camera, and learning various video editing softwares. I am lucky that I am married to an amazing IT guy, so he can help, but things are going slow, but we are getting there and we will get better as time goes on, just like we did with fasting.
That's right. It's a steep learning curve, but we'll get there.
It's a steep learning curve.
Yeah. All right.
Well, happy fasting.